Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast. This week, National League edition. And now we got the man right over here who decided he will not drop out of this podcast. Here's Douglas.
Was I considering that?
Yeah, was Doug ever considering dropping out of this podcast?
No.
I'm here for the long run.
Yeah, right. If anyone's gonna be me, and I'm not gonna be dropping out. I'll just be a guest appearance because it looks like you guys will be settling down on Tuesdays, and for the next 4 weeks on Tuesdays, I'm gonna be a little bit busy.
Yeah.
So if anyone's gonna be me.
All right. Anyway, and now we got the man right over here who is the #1 Grimace fan club. Here's Christopher.
All right. What, Grimace fan club? What are you talking about? I want to see where you're coming at for this one. All right, go ahead,
I think one of the teams had some good luck with Grimace. I will let you know which team it is going to be. But
like the Grimace from the McDonald's character?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yes. But now we're going to talk about all the remaining 15 teams in the National League. We are going to do a mid-season recap right over here. So, gentlemen, what's your thoughts about this National League so far? And we have all these beautiful rosters, these beautiful teams right over here, unless you're the Colorado Rockies or the Miami Marlins. But
what do I think about it? I mean, I don't really pay attention to the National League. If I'm paying attention to any team, it's the Dodgers. But other than that, I don't pay attention to the National League.
What about the Mets? The Mets, baby.
Nope, don't pay attention to them. I know they have Francisco Lindor, Mr. Smile. Used to be a Cleveland Indian.
Yeah, Lindor has been chopping it up. But like I said, we can start. We'll go make it quick-ish. We'll see how long this podcast can be. And we're going to start with the first one, which is the lowest seed right now, which is pick which one is still terrible, the Miami Marlins. So they're pretty bad.
Do we have a screen to share on the standings too, or no?
Oh, yes. Sorry. We will have a screen sharing right over here. Let me get the right over here.
So you have the Miami Marlins at 37-65, and then you have the Rockies, the second worst team in the NL, at 38-65.
Yes.
I'm not sure which. So what are these standings? Because
this is the standings for the National League.
ESPN's more updated.
This is the MLB one, so I'm sorry.
Oh man, it looks like ESPN's faster than the Major League Baseball's own website.
I'm sorry that unfortunately does not. Last updated was today at 4. So
that's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable.
Well, that means Miami won today, and that means Colorado also won today because they each have one more loss in there.
Yeah. You know what? You want to start with Colorado?
Yeah. The Rockies won 20-7 over the Boston Red Sox. Wow.
Yeah. 20-7. But anyway.
And then another weirdo is the Miami Marlins, the worst team in the AL. They lost, or they beat the Orioles. Was it 7-5?
Yeah, but that's just one fluky game. It's
6-3. 6-3. But you're right. It's one fluky game. Like if I'm not sure if that's a brand new series between those two teams.
Yeah, it's a brand new series, but it doesn't really matter. The Marlins are just terrible at this point. I think they packed it in. It's already over right now. Like they're not looking good. If I'm looking at the July schedule, I mean they did beat the Orioles. I mean they did beat the Orioles right over here. So it's like I said, they beat the Orioles, but like I said, they're not doing as hot right now. Unfortunately,
I mean, they've been doing hot all season, so they suck. Sorry, Miami fans. For all the Miami fans that are watching this podcast.
I mean, let's be honest, they're not even that bad. But they're not as bad as the Colorado Rockies, who's just God.
They are as bad. Colorado's a better team than Miami Marlins. It says right there.
Yeah, they're still bad. That's not saying no. That's it's like a turd sandwich. Do you want a crappy sandwich or a turd burglar. That's not really saying much. Both these teams are garbage. Garbage. I mean, literally, there was one play that could represent the Colorado Rockies, and it's when they try to hit it all the way to the right, far left, when someone hit it far to the left, and it was supposed to be a catchable. It missed, and then they got a run after that because of an error, and then they try to throw it to the third baseman, and then guess what? He missed the catch. The third baseman, he overthrew it, so it was 2 errors, and it cost them 2 runs. And if I had one play that just represents the Colorado Rockies, it's just that.
Wow, that adds up.
Yeah, that makes sense, Stu. You're right. The Rockies had 4 home runs today against the Red Sox, but you're right, Stu. It was a fluke game.
Yeah, so, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you beat the Red Sox by like 20-7. You're still terrible. You're still garbage. I don't care. You are garbage. You ain't making no postseason. There's no postseason for the Rockies.
Listen, I think the Rockies and the Red Sox, that was the last game of that series because they don't play tomorrow. Friday, the Rockies play the Giants. That's gonna be tough. Well, Giants aren't really too special.
Yeah, Giants are kind of in the mid-season right now. It's not looking good.
Oh yeah, Giants right there on the list. They're fourth worst. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They have a lot of like clunkers. Like they beat the Bruins, but I mean the Milwaukee Bucks. But like I said, that's a good team. But then there's like.
Did you say the Milwaukee Bucks? That's basketball, Stu. I know you love the NBA.
Bruins. Sorry, Bruins. Sorry.
Bruins are the Boston Bruins from the NHL, Stu.
This
is so casual.
Yeah,
but too casual, Stu.
It's very casual.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Milwaukee fan.
You should be, Stu.
I apologize to the Boston fans.
I'm not apologizing to
the Milwaukee fans.
No, I'm not apologizing to the Colorado Rockies fans. You're garbage. Garbage. You are trash. I mean, luckily you're not the Chicago White Sox bad, but
I mean, still. Yeah, the Rockies are the 3rd worst team in all of baseball record-wise. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say.
There's nothing much to say.
Better luck next year.
Well, better luck for the next 5 years, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's how casual I am. I don't know how their rosters are, like any deals or any players. So, man,
there ain't no deals. There's no deals in Colorado. What are you talking about?
Like contracts, if they're signing anyone or whatever.
Did Milwaukee just lose their manager to the Cubs? I think that happened.
Yeah.
That's a story.
Yeah.
Well, not just, but I guess before the season.
Yeah, but hey, I bet you that
you said the Brewers lost their manager to the Cubs, you say?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the manager's the manager for the Brewers left for the Cubs this offseason.
I wonder where the Brewers placed last season, because right now Brewers 3rd best in the NL, and the Cubs are squeaking by at the 5th worst. Jeez, yeah.
They're
correlation right there.
But anyway, we can talk about the next, the 3rd worst team right now, the Washington Nationals, who's just been as popular as Congress right now, and they're just really bad this season.
I mean, they're 8 games out of 500, so it's not too bad. Division-wise, the Nationals are, they're 17 games out of first place in the NL East, so. I mean, yeah, nothing to say really about them.
Yeah, I mean, they did beat the Bucks. They did beat the Mets.
The Bucks, they went to the NBA, drained some threes.
Yeah, sorry, Bruins, Milwaukee Brewers. But like I said, they're not like, it's been like in this July, like they've just kind of been so mid right now. I'm just not been a fan of the Nationals. I mean, they did win that World Series. You did get that one a few years ago. But I think
was that when Bryce Harper was still on the team?
Yeah, but Harper's gone.
No, I think it was the year after he left.
Oh, really? Oh, so they didn't even need Bryce Harper.
But let's be honest, they need a Bryce Harper right now. Let's be honest.
I mean, Bryce Harper is sitting in first place with those Philadelphia Phillies, so yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest. You sold your soul for a World Series, and now you're garbage. But like, hey,
Hey,
you know what?
man, I would take it. None of my
You-
teams ever win the championship.
You would sell your
The,
children
the
so.
Tigers, dude, that's exactly what the Tigers wanted to do. They just weren't good enough. Like they
Yeah.
sold their entire next decade, and we all said it'd be okay if they won a World Series, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So at least
You're
they
like,
won one.
You're like, I want a generation of just being inept for one World
mean,
Series.
You know, I mean, if we would have won the World Series, it all would have been worth it. But a whole bunch of World Series losses doesn't feel worth it.
No, it's not worth it. Yeah, like, no one remembers. Let's be honest. You only remember the champions. You don't remember the losers.
Exactly, Stu. You get it.
Yes. And
I mean,
speaking of,
there are some instances where you remember the losers, like Patriots beating the Atlanta Falcons, going back 28-3.
yes.
Yes.
So you remember those losers because you remember the Falcons blew that pretty good sized lead. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to the. So actually, if you look at the Nationals, they're only 5.5 games out of the wild card.
Yeah, but it's still tough. I don't think they're gonna make it. Like I feel like I know that this is like a very top. This is very much different compared to when we get to the National League when it was like everybody else is like kind of in like a little bit of a much more larger spot. It is kind of crazy to think that only 2 teams are pretty much done, and then everyone else still has a legitimate shot compared to the AL where it's only
Yeah, like I'd say maybe the Toronto Blue Jays who are 10 games out. I'd say that, and that there's four teams right there for the AL where there's only 2 teams for the NL. Yeah, good luck.
But speaking of teams that are mediocre, unfortunately, the least greatest right here, the San Francisco Giants. The used to be good, but now is the little brother to the Dodgers. I'm sorry, but that is true.
So they're 13 games out of first place in the NL West, and right here, they're only 5 games out of the wild card. At a time before the All-Star break, the Giants were on fire at one point because I remember the Guardians played them, and I was like, oh man, going in that series, I was kind of somewhat worried, but yeah.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you should not be worried because the Giants have just been kind of like mid. They lost a couple games against the Rockies, against a 2-1 series. They've been kind of like, this has been the most disappointing Giants team in a really long time, if I had to think about it.
How were they last year?
I think were they a little bit better?
I have no idea.
They were a tad better. It's kind of weird because I think 2 years ago they won like 100 games and then they came back to reality.
Yeah. Dang, 100 games?
Yeah, like they were one of the best teams in the league, challenging the Dodgers, and they just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I'm looking at the standings, this is actually fun. This is the fun part about this.
Which season were you looking up standings? 'Cause I'm looking at 2022 standings.
2023.
All right, gotcha.
Unfortunately, no, the Giants are still mid. They did not.
Well, I was saying in 2022 is the year that they won a lot of games.
Yeah.
2022 they finished 81-81. So yeah, I mean that's a lot better than what they're doing right now. Let's see, 2021. That's where it is, Doug. 2021. Oh my gosh. So the Giants finished first in the NL West, 107-55, and then the Dodgers 106-56. What a season! Oh my no! Wow.
Yeah, but they wish they could go back to that season. Now, like, I don't think the Giants are not making the playoffs. They're not making a postseason.
I mean, 5 games back.
But let's be honest, it's the Giants. They're not going to make the postseason right now. They've been kind of slumping.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there.
Like I would put like the 2 teams that I feel like, okay, even though they're 5.5 is this team, the San Francisco, and also the no Cubs no, because the Chicago Cubs had such expectations this season, but then they just went from go Cubs go to no Cubs no.
Oh man, it's brutal.
Yes.
Sir, you said they had high expectations. Did they really?
Yes, they did. They had a good.
Were they expected to win their division, or what kind of expectations were these?
That was their expectation, and they just collapsed.
Huh.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with that. They got that new manager, and the expectations were pretty high, I thought.
Oh, I gotcha. Because yeah, Doug, you did say that the Brewers manager went to the Cubbies.
And unfortunately, the Cubbies decided to become collateral damage. They're technically the worst.
The NL Central isn't the strongest division in baseball. Cubs they're in last place. They're 11 games out, and that's division wise. And then here on the wild card, looking in, Cubs are 4.5 back. But yeah, like you said, Stu, on your main point, yeah, they had high expectations with that new manager, like Doug was saying, and now they're just 6 games under 500.
So they lost 3 games, 2 out of 3 against the Brewers. They lost 2 games against the Diamondbacks. Ooh, that's not good. At home,
what's wrong with losing the Diamondbacks, dude? They won the World Series last year.
That's right.
No, I thought it was the Phillies.
No, Diamondbacks made it to the World Series.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, Phillies was like a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
I only remember that because the company I work for, they're a big sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and the Cardinals are and they're losing. And like I said, they also lost 2 games against the Cardinals. They did beat the Orioles. They swept the Orioles.
Really, that's surprising.
Yeah, but this was like early July. And then Angels, they did beat the Angels 2-3, and then Phillies 2-3 on Phillies. So it's not.
So they lost 2 of 3 to Philly, or did they win 2 of 3?
They lost 2-3.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna say if it was the other way around, that'd be impressive too, since Philadelphia is the best in the National League.
Unfortunately, they went from the least to the east right now, and
so I will say the least to the east. I mean, there's still
they're centrally disappointing.
I mean, the Cubs. Wait, are the Cubs actually in the? Cubs are not in the East, anyways.
But I mean, they're in the Central, but they're centrally disappointing.
You know who's also in the Cubs division? The Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, who's just as mediocre right now. I mean, the Reds have been like in a slumpy mediocre for like the past decades or so. When's the last time the Reds made the playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Yeah,
for some reason I thought they made it like a year or two, but they might have just started well.
Yeah, last time I'm gonna look it up. Last time.
So the Reds were 82 and 80 last year.
Yeah, maybe not.
In 2022, the Reds were 62 and 100. Ooh.
Oh, okay. So technically, they made it in 2020 during the weird COVID bubble. Yeah. But before that, it was like 2013, 2012, 2010. You know what I mean? So it's been a long slump if you're a Reds fan. But you can get cheap tickets. So, hey.
There you go, Stu. You and Sarah gonna go to a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, so your sister lives in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, I don't know if she wants to go to Cincinnati games because, let's be honest, they're not that good.
I mean, they have Ali De La Cruz, who is the human Flash right there, just running like crazy. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean they're fun to watch, but
I mean I go to Guardians games, yeah, to hopefully watch the Guardians win. But if I'm going to a ballpark like was that Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, I'm just going there to hopefully see a good game. I don't really care who wins.
Yeah, but like I said, hey, it's always fun to watch some baseball, even though if your team is unless it's going to a Colorado Rockies game. But you have your best comedy. Forget going to a comedy show. You can just watch the Colorado Rockies.
Well said, Stu. Well said.
Done. Yes. So it's like been. So I don't know. I feel like I don't think the Reds are going to make it. Now we're in the weird, after right there, we're in the weird middle where I do feel like the Pirates, Diamondbacks, and Padres, I think these are the 3.
Paul Skeens, baby. Paul Skeens.
That are in the weird bubble. Yes, and his beautiful mustache, I will tell you that.
Yeah, that thing is, it gets Livy done.
Yeah, he pitches it right there, and he pitches it back.
He gets the job done.
He gets the job done, which is crazy because the Pirates Sorry. All right. Anyway, the Pirates have been very much been mid for the past like decade. I think though it's been
in 2022 they were 81 and 80. Last season your Pirates were 76 and 86. So they're on target to finish above 500. So if they can continue that, they're only one game out of the wild card. I could see, Paul Skeens on the mound in the playoffs. I think the Pirates can slide into the hunt for October.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's been 20. It's almost been 9 years since the last time the Pirates have made the postseason.
Really, it's been that long? Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, the Pirates have been sucked for a while. They've not been good. They've been terrible. There was like that one play where literally a guy on an error, like literally got a triple play. just on making error, and most of it was just errors. And the Cubs players were laughing at this. So hey,
I remember that.
Yeah, getting a good pitcher really changes everything. You know what I mean? Just ask Douglas and the Tigers, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean Douglas and the Tigers? Like was it Verlander or like who are you referring to?
I'll say we have Verlander now. They have Tariq Skubal. Is that how you say his name? Who's the favorite to win?
Yeah.
Is the favorite to win the Cy Young in the AL right now.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
He is literally carrying
he's
literally carrying this team. He is having back problems right now because he's literally carrying this.
Do you gentlemen think that the Pirates will make the playoffs?
No.
No, I think
I'm saying no.
No, I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't have my life on it. I do not. I think the Diamondbacks.
You would put your life on it that the Pirates will not make the playoffs?
Yeah. No, I would put my life on it that the
Pirates. How about you scroll down a little bit so we can see where they're on there we go. Stop showing the AL team. Scroll all the way down to the rest of the NL. Yeah, there we go.
All right, fine.
But page now.
But look at I just do not feel confident with the Pirate. I don't know. I just feel like it's just maybe just the past trauma, the past trauma of, and like I said, I feel like of all of the Pittsburgh teams, the Pirates have kind of been the redheaded stepchild and the laughingstock in Pittsburgh, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, I guess not the Bengals, the Steelers. They've been doing well. They haven't had a season under 500 ever since Tomlin's been head coach. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they've always been pretty good. I know they missed the playoffs this year, but before that, Pittsburgh was on a hot streak NHL wise. So yeah, laughing stock of Pittsburgh, the Pirates, they're going to change it this year. They're going to go to the playoffs.
You think would you put $5 that they would make? Would they make the postseason?
Yeah, sure. You want to bet $5, like just straight up?
Yes.
Deal. All right, so I got the Pirates going to the playoffs, and you have.
I don't think, and I love his mustache. And this is the YouTube thumbnail: is the Pittsburgh Pirates player with his beautiful mustache, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't.
All right, $5, Stu. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
This is the Pirates. This ain't the Dodgers. They're the Pirates.
I mean, yeah, I know they're not the Dodgers, but yeah, I mean,
the Dodgers have only won one World Series. I don't really respect the Dodgers, and here's why, Stu. They've only won one World Series. With all this money spent for one World Series,
it's unreal. What about the Yankees? Do you respect them? They haven't won a World Series since 2009.
No, because same thing. They just keep paying and they just keep not winning.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's so funny because I feel like Dodgers fans and Yankees fans are kind of in the same boat of like fandoms that never really like what if they have one bad season where they don't go over 500, they're like, fire everybody, get rid of everyone, cancel the season.
Well, and that's how we're just talking about for like the Lakers too in basketball. Like, there's just some jobs you don't really want because it's like there's just too high of expectations. You got to win every year or you're a bust.
No, it don't make sense. It does not make any sense. Like, honestly, like you have gotten so lucky, Dodgers fan and Yankees fans. You have gotten you have been the privileged teams in the MLB. Like, I even joke. I mean, Urinating Tree had a joke that like the Dodgers spend more money than a small Caribbean island nation's GDP.
Depends on which Caribbean island you're talking about.
Trinidad, Tobago, Dominican Republic.
Okay. All right.
I'm thinking like that. Let's be honest.
Speaking of spending a ton, this is off topic, but I found it interesting. The Boston Celtics are possibly going to have a $280 million luxury tax next year, which would make them the first team to spend $500 million a year in basketball.
So $280 million in luxury tax. Well, like, what does that really mean? I've heard of it, but I never really understood it.
So, like, it's designed to make sure that one team can't get all the good players. So, like, if you're so far over the salary, like, cap, then they just, like, put you into the luxury tax or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So, like, if you first-time offense, you might, like, owe a little bit or, like, in the first tier. But they've gotten all the way up to the upper possible tier, so their luxury tax bill would be more than their player salaries.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yes.
But anyway, like I said, so for Pirates, me and Douglas, we agree Pirates not making the postseason. Chris Fiodor thinks.
And sir, we have a $5 bet.
And thinks a ridiculous thing that the Pirates are somehow going to make it, which is ridiculous. They're not.
I don't see why you say it. I mean, I'm not here to argue about it. It could be for a different podcast. But how can you not say Pittsburgh doesn't have a chance? They're only one game out of the.
Okay, they might have a shot, but I don't. Look at history. History.
Dude, history doesn't matter right now because you have Paul. I'm not saying Paul Skeens is carrying the team on his back, but Paul Skeens is a huge contributor. So
yeah, that is true. But
plus,
speaking of
Pittsburgh's only 7 games back out of the NL Central.
All right, is Paul Skeens already the best pitcher in baseball
for this season? I'd say so.
Yeah.
Whatever? Not ever.
Just best player in baseball. This our best pitcher right now.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see how it and like I said, we'll see how it goes. Maybe you might be wrong, but like I said, I don't feel confident. Pittsburgh, even if they don't make the playoffs, you had a good season, but I don't think you're making the postseason.
I know Paul Skeens, he pitched yesterday. I'm not sure I think they won, so that would make him 8-0. I know he was 7-0 going into the All-Star game or the All-Star break. So if he won, if the Pirates won yesterday,
they did go 2-1 against the Cardinals. Sorry.
I think twice now he's had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning.
Oh no, Paul Skeens lost yesterday, so he's 7-1. Paul Skeens takes his first loss in 12 career big league starts. Oh.
Wait a minute, no. The Pirates beat the Cardinals.
Stuart, we're looking at Tuesday, not today. Yesterday's when Paul Skeens pitched. They lost 2-1 against the Cardinals.
Yeah, okay, but they did go 5-0. So to be fair.
Yeah, Pirates won. But we're talking, they won 5-0 against Cardinals State. But we were a little bit on the topic of Mr. Paul Skeens. So he's 7-1. I mean, that's a great start. I would pick him number 1 overall for my team if I had to pick a pitcher. So yeah, I'd say he's best pitcher in the league at the moment.
But like I said, speaking of best pitchers right now and okay teams, we got the Diamondbacks who went from going to the World Series to now they're out in the bubble. They've been mid. What happened?
Like the Pirates, only 1 game out of the wild card there.
I think this team should be in a much more better spot. I mean, granted, they are have a winning record, but just saying.
Well, I mean, last year, Stu, they only finished like 87 and 75 or whatever it would be. So they weren't like a powerhouse team. They just got hot at the right time.
Yeah, that is true. So maybe could the Diamondbacks just like last year?
Yeah, so last year Diamondbacks finished 6 games above 500, 84 and 78. Second place in their division.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, but they made it to the World Series. But yeah, they were probably a wild card team, or they had to be a wild card team last year. Wild card team making it to the World Series, impressive.
So I mean, like I said, I'm looking at the stats right now. They did beat the. Let me get the stats right here. So they did beat the Royals. Actually, no, they had lost to the Royals twice, 2 out of 3. They did beat the Cubs 2 out of 3. They did beat the Blue Jays 2 out of 3 at home. They beat the Braves 2 out of 3. Actually 2-2. And then they beat the Padres 2 to 3. I mean 2 out of 3 at home at away. So that's been pretty good. And then they beat the Dodgers like 2 out of 3. So
Wow.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, I mean,
they're looking good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like they took a lot of series right there in what you're stating. So yeah, Padres or not Padres, sorry. Man, you guys think Padres gonna make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we got
I
to
say
start with
Padres,
the
I'm on Diamondbacks. So you guys think the Diamondbacks will make the playoffs this year?
My heart tells me yes.
Ooh, all right.
I think there's only going to be one spot, and I feel like the Cardinals are going to go down. And I'm picking either it's going to be it's the Padres or the Diamondbacks going to take that. One of those two is going to take that.
But you're saying the Cardinals are gonna squeeze?
They're not that behind.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, I see what you're saying. I should have looked this up before we started. When's the last time a team that was in the World Series the previous year missed the playoffs? So I'm going with you guys. I think the Diamondbacks are going to squeeze in the
I
wild
think
card.
it has to be the Miami Marlins when they won it in 2003. Like won the World Series and then the next year lost the playoffs. I remember they went from they won, and I remember this. They beat the Cubs to make it to the championship, the National League Championship.
Uh-huh.
And then they won the World Series in 2003. And just like they did in 97, they were just like, eh. You know what, guys? I feel like that you guys someone else deserves to win the World Series. We're going to just tank and just trade everybody away. And that's the Miami Marlins strategy.
That's how the Tigers got Miguel Cabrera. Woo-woo.
Yeah. Yeah. After that, and wait a minute. Did Cabrera did win a World Series?
Yeah, I think he was on the 2003 team and then got traded.
No, I will
To the
say this:
Tigers.
if he goes to Cooperstown, should he wear Tigers or Miami Marlins?
Oh, it's not even close. It's always all day. It's the Tigers.
But he
Did
did.
he play majority of his career in Detroit?
I mean, it's the last 16 years.
Oh, then yeah, it should definitely be a Tigers jersey.
I
for
mean,
sure.
he won a triple crown and 2 MVPs for the Tigers. Like, I don't even think that's a question.
Yeah.
You
So he
gave that
started his career with the Miami Marlins and then went 16 years with Detroit. Yeah, go Tigers.
Go Tigers, go! And speaking of the Tigers, the Padres are still in the bubble right now. They're looking okay. How do you feel, gentlemen, about the San Diego Padres?
I don't. So I don't think the Padres will make the playoffs.
What? I think the Padres are going to make the playoffs. I think if I had to pick, I think it's going to be the Padres.
Really? Okay. So Stuart, and I'll go Stuart then Doug. Who do you think your 3 NL wildcard teams would be?
I'm going to go Braves, Padres, Mets.
Thanks.
Even though we all said that the Diamondbacks would make the.
I don't. You know what? I just don't think. I changed my mind. I don't think the Diamondbacks are going to make it. So that's my 3.
Doug, who do you have? NL wildcard.
Oh gosh, I can't see it. I mean, definitely we got the Braves. So you just picked the 3 that are in the wild card now.
Yeah.
No, I picked the Padres. I said Braves, Padres, Mets.
Oh, you picked the Braves. Oh, okay. I'll go Braves, Cardinals, Diamondbacks.
Ooh. Okay, who do you think?
And I would have to go Braves, Diamondbacks, Pirates, because I said Pirates going to squeeze in there. So yeah, I mean we're all saying the Braves, obviously, because they're 2 games, in the lead with the wild card. So yeah, Braves, Diamondbacks, Pirates. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. But anyway, let's start with the Padres. Like I said, I think the Padres are going to make the postseason right now. That is my prediction, and I feel like that's in the bubble teams right now. They are looking good. They did beat the Guardians 2-3. Sorry, Christopher.
Yeah, that was right before the All-Star break, I do believe so.
Yeah, they did beat the Nationals twice. Granted, as of this recording right now, Atlanta they just beat. They actually lost to Atlanta 2-3, and then they did get swept by the Mariners at home, so that's not good. And they did lose to the Diamondbacks 2-1, but then they did a little bit better with the Rangers 2-3 series. So been an okay season. I mean, they're over 500. I don't think there's really nothing to say much about the Padres.
Yeah. I mean, they have Fernando Tatis, right?
Yeah, Fernando Tatis, and my dad actually went to a Padres game. So,
nice.
Yeah, so fun fact. Fun random fact.
When did he go to a game this season or what?
Yeah, I think it was this season.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I went to one as a
Random
kid.
fact for sure.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
Padres.
I went to a Padres game when I was probably like 5.
Yeah.
Wait, was the
Yeah,
game in San Diego or was it when they played Detroit?
No, I was in San Diego. They have like a little pool and stuff out in their outfield.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, just like Jacksonville. That's like the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Well, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes. And now we're going to speak to the other team right now that is making it to. We're going to talk about the 6 teams that might make the playoffs.
Well, Stuart, none of us voted the Cardinals to make the playoffs. They're just in the wild card position at the moment. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting that we're just so down on the Cardinals. Everybody is like, man, this is the Cardinals. You know what I mean? This ain't like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not saying I'm down on them. I just think that the teams I picked have better skill to pass them in the chase for October.
Yes. It's just so going to be interesting. I mean, like I said, I feel like the Cardinals. Yeah, I do feel like they're going to miss the playoffs. I just have like my kinky dink, just like when we did our prediction on the NHL, and I said that the Flyers are not going to make the playoffs, and I was correct, and I should get some Stu Stradamus is never wrong predictions. Just saying.
Hey, before the playoffs actually start for every sport, that's what we need to do. We need to actually write down who we think are going to make the playoffs. Keep them at, where they're over at my place or your place or Doug's place. Make sure we have that list. And then when it comes playoff times, maybe we could put like, $5 on it or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should do that before the NFL season starts. See who makes the playoffs. Do it before every season starts, and then do a little $5 bet amongst the 3 of us.
I mean, I will say, and this might be we might be throwing an audible, and this was actually my idea for the final week before the NFL season starts. We should do a preseason prediction on who you think is going to make the playoffs, who you think is going to make the NFC Championship, and who you think who's going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to do it. That's right. That's our final before the NFL season starts. But like I said, back to what we're talking about the Cardinals. You gentlemen don't feel confident with the Cardinals. I don't feel confident with the Cardinals. I know you're here right now. You meet the wild card, but I think the Padres are going to make it before you Cardinals. Just saying.
So also, I was looking at the stats more in depth here. The Cardinals have one of the worst run differentials in the NL, -36. That means they've given up way more runs than they have scored. So that'll probably play. I'll see if their offense isn't as
that reinforces my point.
Yeah.
I gotta say, they're not that great. So
5-5 in their last 10. They're sitting just above 500. Yeah, sorry, St. Louis.
Sorry, St. Louis, you're not doing great. Now, I know we're going quick, and I love it because we're going super fast right now.
Wait, Doug, were you about to say something?
No, I said I like when we go fast. Hit it, Stu.
Yeah, we're already on the Mets with Mr. Smile, Francisco Lindor.
Yes, and this is an interesting thing. They had 2 halves. May was awful for the Mets. April, awful was the Mets. Everyone thought this team ain't making the postseason. Everyone gave it up on the Mets. It was over. There was no hope. And then Grimace showed up. Some pitch comes. Grimace passes the ball to the catcher, and then things change. Great. And now the Mets are now in the wild card hunt right now.
So you're saying Grimace threw out the first pitch? Is that what you're alluding to?
One game, he threw out a pitch, and it changed everything.
How many games in a row did they win after Grimace threw out the first pitch? That's pretty interesting. I must not have heard about that.
Yes, it is the greatness of Grimace. I think it might have been when did Grimace? I think it might have been in May. Like New York.
You're talking about Grimace, the McDonald's mascot?
Yeah, that's what Stu was saying. Like he threw out the first pitch at a Mets game, and they went on like a 5 or 6 game winning streak, Stu, or what? Yeah. What was it?
Yes, I will see the dates. We should christen this right now as the most important day in all of sports history.
No, probably not. It's just Grimace throwing out a first pitch.
Oh, come on. How dare you? How dare you? So apparently Grimace has been, so he threw out the pitch on June 12th.
June 12th.
Everything changed. The Grimace effect. ESPN, the Grimace effect by the numbers. Mets that since McDonald's has their 7th game winning streak.
7-game winning streak. Okay, gotcha. Nice.
That's everybody loves Grimace. Everybody's eating McDonald's. The Mets fans. Oh my God, we got articles right there.
It was probably just
the New York Mets in their Grimace era. Oh my God.
Had to be a marketing ploy because McDonald's is not doing well. They've been losing customers because they're charging too much for their burgers.
You know what else?
You know they don't even make salads anymore either.
Do you know that they don't make cinnamon rolls right now?
Okay, well. Cinnamon rolls wasn't like one of their main things on the menu. I know.
But that was
they used to have I think they used to have like 2 or 3 different types of salads.
How dare you be mean to the cinnamon rolls at McDonald's? That was probably at least top 10. Top 10 right now.
Yeah.
Well, McDonald's has been cutting a lot of things out of their menu, I think. Like I know those wraps that everyone loves, whatever it is.
Oh my goodness, yeah, dude, I'm mad about that one too. I like those wraps.
It's probably because of the cost of food. Because you think about it, you have to buy the tortillas, and that costs X amount of money. Then the lettuce. Well, and McDonald's has lettuce because they have lettuce on their Big Macs. I'm not sure what.
This is
the only thing they were spending money on was on tortillas. It seems like I have no idea.
It is so.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
It is so funny because there's one Guardian article, Bow Before the King. Did a gay icon Grimace save the Mets series? I never thought of Grimace.
As a homosexual icon? You said he's a gay icon?
Yes, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I never correlated the two or even thought about that, but
like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. You can be.
Learn something new every day, if true.
If it's true, that's fine. You can be a gay sports fan. That's always cool. We're always inclusive. Just saying. We are very inclusive in the Casual Sports Talk podcast. Yeah. But we will make fun of the Colorado Rockies. Sorry. We are not exclusive to the Colorado Rocky fans or the White Sox fans. But like I said, the Mets have been doing good. They went from the Mets just have revolution now. They went from it is interesting. Like I think before, and I should look at the record for the Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets.
For what? What record are you looking at?
Yeah, how many losses did the Mets have before Grimace showed up?
Man, you really love this Grimace thing.
It's true. Like the first 30 games, they lost a lot. I think they only won. Let me check.
Instead of Paul Skeens as the thumbnail, you should just have Grimace.
Yeah.
That actually would be pretty funny.
Yeah. 5, 6. There's a lot of losses. My God.
Trying to do that calculation, Sue.
8 losses out of 30 games. They had 8 losses.
Okay, so they're 22-8 in 30 games since the Grimace debacle or whatever, the first pitch of Grimace.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, I must say.
Yes, the one one game, and they should christen it right now. It's the Grimace effect. Grimace. I mean, they went from they had a 7-game winning streak because of Grimace. It's not a pitching.
That was mentioned. You're right, Stu.
Yes, but anyway.
But Stu, I think out of the three of us, you were the only one who picked the Mets to make to the postseason, right?
Yeah, I'm picking the Mets.
Stu's a believer in Grimace.
I believe in the Grimace. The Grimace.
Stu's gonna go to a Mets game and just dress up as Grimace.
Yes.
Grimace.
You know what? I'm gonna haunt your house, Douglas. I'm gonna when you're asleep, Douglas. I'm gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up and you're gonna see me in a Grimace costume.
Wait, is Grimace? I don't think Grimace isn't haunting.
You know, Stu, if I woke up and you were just in my house, it's Grimace, and I didn't know that it was you, it might end poorly. Would you tell me Grimace going down the stairs, man? Grimace tumbling down the stairs.
Wow. It's so funny. And the Grimace is about to get pushed down the stairs. You're pushing down Grimace. It's all about, and you know, you're gonna wake up, and I'm gonna be like, it's all about the Mets, baby. The Mets, the power of the Mets.
Dude, if you do that, you're not staying the night. They're not being next morning.
You're gonna be like, you're sleeping outside.
That's right, Stu. Where you belong.
with
the other Grimaces of the world.
No, dude, how funny if I went to McDonald's in my Grimace costume.
I'd be pretty impressed, dude. I think that would get the most views on any video we've ever made.
My God.
So that's what our if you lose our fantasy football league, dress up as Grimace and go to McDonald's or through the McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh no, it should be better. You got to go to McDonald's and stay there for like 12 hours in a Grimace costume.
I think they would notice like, someone in a Grimace costume, like, all right, dude, you've been here for 12 hours. Is McDonald's even open for 12? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
6 a.m. to like 10 p.m.
That'd be funny, just like you just sit there for 12 hours in a Grimace costume.
I mean, that would be pretty funny.
That'd be very uncomfortable. You have to go to the bathroom. I mean, within a 12-hour period, you can't really eat in a Grimace costume. You have to like take the mask off, I assume.
No, I mean, I guess yeah, you could. Yeah, that's true. You could try to shove the McDonald's burgers. I mean, all the kids are gonna love you because it's like Grimace is all the way. But anyway, speaking of things that are politically correct, the Atlanta Braves.
They're politically correct.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Well, because of the Braves with the tomahawk.
Oh,
I mean, so I read something the other day, like, you know, based on which teams were offensive and why they were offensive, and yeah, the Braves are not an offensive word towards Native Americans or anything like that.
I mean, I could think of a lot of offensive things.
To be politically correct here.
I mean, I could think of offensive teams. I mean, offensive owners back in the day. Marge Schott for the Cincinnati Reds. I know we're not talking about the Reds, but boy, she was not politically correct even for 1990 standards.
Oh man, 1990s. That was a different age.
Well, she might have said, I'll tell you all the bad stuff. Marge was, we like to call a racist back in the day. And,
gotcha.
And she was very racist towards some.
I think we know what you're putting down here, Stu.
She said not nice things to African Americans.
Yeah, I think we get it.
Offensive words, and had a comment where she was like, and I guess we'll be, yeah, Hitler did some good things. He just went a little bit too far.
Okay, all right. Back to the Atlanta here.
How is this in a baseball podcast, dude? Where are you going?
Somebody start talking about Adolf Hitler. Where does this thing go out there? Where do we get off at the wrong exit here? Let's get back on the highway.
Man, oh man. Well, speaking of that, who are you boys voting for?
Yeah, right. While we're at it.
Yes, I'm voting voting for myself for president?
Hey, I'll tell you who I'm voting for. I'm voting for the Atlanta Braves to make it. It's the wild card. Well, I mean, they're 2 games up in the wild cards, but that's one of my 3 votes.
Like I said, I will tell you this: in this country, this divided country, we can all agree, no matter if you're red state or blue state, that we all agree that the Atlanta Braves will make the postseason, and we can all agree as Americans that we hate the New York Yankees.
Whoa. I guarantee you, not all Americans would hate the Yankees, and not all Americans would say Braves are going to make it to the playoffs.
I'm just saying, majority of Americans can all agree.
Most Phillies fans would not agree with that.
Yes. But how do you feel about the Atlanta Braves making it this far, gentlemen?
I mean, we all agree that they're going to make it to the playoffs.
I was reading that they're super injured this year, so it's just kind of like a bummer year for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the same thing with like when was the Guardians lost their key pitcher, and it was like, oh my goodness. And you probably thought the same way when our key pitcher got hurt, is out for the season. Like, we're not going to make the postseason. Our season's done, and they still been chugging along.
You know.
Let's see here.
Shows organizational stability, I suppose.
So yeah. the Braves. Geez. I'm not including 2020 because that was a whatever year. But let's see. Where are the Braves in this guy? There we go. So from 2018 until present, so that'd be 5 or 6 seasons, the Braves won their division. That's incredible. And then 2023, 2022, they had 100 win seasons. So the Braves have been steamrolling it. But yeah, like you said, Stu, you said this season, or was it Doug who mentioned it, they have a lot of injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't help.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, it never does help, no.
It doesn't help. Wait a minute. I thought injuries help teams. Well, I mean, unless you're Tom Brady. If Drew Bledsoe gets hurt, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, yeah, you must know a story about that, so I have no idea.
I'm like, yeah, Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and then Tom Brady basically became the backup, and then he became.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yes, and everybody in the Patriots organization loves Mo Reeves, who injured from the Jets, injured Drew Bledsoe. They decided that they should put that man in the Ring of Honor.
Wow.
That is the most colossal butt fumble of a season. You know what I mean?
And then the greatest quarterback of all time was a
Yes.
Good history on that.
History right over here. But like I said, the Braves are looking good. I think they're going to make the postseason. You all gentlemen think that they're going to make the postseason. And we'll see how it goes. And now we got the 3 NL leads right here. The Central, Western, and Eastern Conference Finals. We'll start with
the Eastern Conference Finals.
Let's go. What you going to do? Hulkamania is going to come and get you. Because we got the Milwaukee Brewers, who have been doing well, chugging along, doing well right over here. They're probably more of the forgotten of the 3 teams, because I feel like everyone's talking about the Phillies, everyone's talking about the Dodgers. I feel like Milwaukee's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the lead teams right now.
I mean, they're still in first place in their division, so whether you're a redhead stepchild or you're whatever, if you're winning the division, then that's all that matters, you know?
And it's all that matters, but can they make the postseason? Can they do well?
I mean, the Brewers are definitely making the postseason. Right now, they're 6 teams up against the Cardinals in their division.
Can they beat these 2 juggernauts right over here? The Phillies.
Oh, to make it into the NL championship game?
Yeah, because I feel like that these are the 2 juggernauts right now. I do feel like.
And I wouldn't consider them juggernauts. I mean, if you look at it, the Dodgers, record-wise, are only 2 games better than the Brewers. It's Philadelphia who might be running away with the NL title, the pennant.
Yeah, but like I said, there is one man named Shohei Ohtani who's been amazing. But like I said, we'll talk about the Brewers. We got to talk about the Brewers first. I mean, like I said, they're looking good. They're chugging along. I feel like that, even though I kind of forget that Milwaukee has a team in baseball, I feel like that this is like the only like I weirdly kind of forget.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really forget about the Brewers. I think in their stadium they have a giant slide. So whenever they hit a home run, the mascot slides down the slide.
Yeah, that's what they've been. I guess that mascot's been sliding a lot of slides since Milwaukee's been doing good right now. And look at the regular season. As of right now in July, they swept the Rockies, which is not really. Actually, they won 3-4 against the Rockies, which is not really saying much. They did lose to the Dodgers 2 times out of 3. They did lose to the Pirates 2 out of 3. They lost to the Nationals 2 out of 3, and they beat the Twins twice. They beat the Cubs. They swept the Cubs. No, actually, they lost 1 game against the Cubs, but they're still doing good. I mean, they beat the No Cubs No.
I mean, the Brewers are gonna win they're gonna win their division. They're gonna. I'm not sure what the seeding will be for the MLB playoffs, but I'd say the Brewers have the Central wrapped up pretty much.
Yeah, but speaking of teams that pretty much got this all wrapped up, Shohei Ohtani's and the LA Dodgers right now. This is the Ohtani show right now. I feel like in the Dodgers world.
Yeah, I mean, you said the word wrapped up, and I agree with you there. I think they have the NL West wrapped up because I mentioned earlier, me personally, I don't see the Padres making the playoffs, and
Yeah.
that'd be the only way the Padres would make the playoffs is by winning the NL West, and I don't see them doing that. And do you guys know that Shohei is not pitching this year? He's strictly just batting.
Yeah, and and you know what Shohei did? Still made it to the All-Star team. So
Oh well, yeah. I mean, this guy's. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he's doing work.
he is gonna make he's making the Cooperstown. I'm just gonna say it.
He hit I think it was a 2-run bomb in the All Star game. That was impressive to watch.
Yeah, everyone loves Shohei. I mean, it is crazy because, like I said, the Dodgers had that little bit of blip of a scandal with the betting scandal with Shohei's manager, and I feel like after that, I just feel like it just went back to normal. We're the Dodgers. We're still doing good. We're still gonna make the postseason. We're probably gonna do well. I mean, I definitely do have my pick. I think the Dodgers are probably gonna make. That is probably my pick for the World Series. Is the Dodgers.
Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, 30 home runs, 73 RBIs, batting average of 314. And Stuart, you said that the Padres or the Dodgers going to go to the World Series for you?
Yeah, and I mean, looking at their last 3 games, they swept the Giants at home. Did they sweep? They swept the Red Sox at home. They did have a slump against the Tigers though, but that's
Ooh, Tigers.
They did lose 3 games. They did get swept by the Phillies away, and they did beat the Bruins 2-1.
The Bruins.
They did lose 2-1 against the but 3-2 against the Diamondbacks. But hey, I can't be mad at the Dodgers right now.
I mean, you can't be mad at him, sir. You're the one who's like, I don't even know how to phrase it. Like you're just going all gung ho on the Dodgers. So yeah, you can't talk bad about them.
It's Dodger season, baby. It's the Dodger season.
You think they're going to win the entire thing?
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
I think, and I decided when the season started, I think it is Cleveland versus Dodgers. Cleveland wins Game 6.
Well, you just said I thought you said Cleveland or the Dodgers.
You said the Dodgers are going to win.
I'm changing it up.
Yeah, I was just say like, well, that was wild.
Yeah.
So my prediction: Michigan's going to win the whole thing. They lose to Ohio State.
Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! But anyway, we got our final team right over here. The Philadelphia Phillies, who I despise everything in this city, the city of brotherly hate right now. But
so you just don't like Philadelphia because they're a rival to the Cowboys, or is there another reason?
their fan base. And
You know, not even trying to troll Stu. Like I was going to pick the Phillies to win the World Series.
Ooh!
No!
Like they just are. Stu, I mean, have you actually watched them though? They're just awesome this year.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. It sucks. You're right. They're looking good. Like the Phillies are looking good. I wish that they would be bad. I mean, I wish, and it's tough because they're the most dominant teams of all the MLB right now. I mean, can they make it far in the postseason? Can they not choke against the Diamondbacks?
All right, boys, I got a big question for you. Can me and my Tennessee Volunteers upset Alabama?
Ooh, is that who you're about to play?
We're about to play them. We got home field advantage.
Did you end up winning that game against Kent State?
Yeah, we're comeback kids, man. We're sitting at 6-0 right now.
So did you just finish that game against Kent State, or did you play another one in between?
I've played a few since then. I just beat Arkansas and Florida.
Ooh, Florida and Arkansas. So what's your record on the season? Like 3-0, 4-0?
Oh, we're 6-0. I played a few earlier too.
That's
Ooh,
what
number 4 in the
Doug,
country.
you got it. You and the Volunteers
what
got it.
happens in this one. But like I said, Phillies are looking good. I think that that's pretty much, stinks. Why did Philly have to be good at sports?
Well, sir, you said the Dodgers was going to make it to the World Series and win it all, so don't worry about the Philadelphia Phillies. Doug, who would you take from the NL to go to the World Series?
I would take the Phillies.
Phillies?
I'm picking the
I'd
Dodgers.
take the Phillies over the Yankees.
Ooh.
Wait, no, I picked the Orioles last time, so I'll stay with the Orioles.
You're gonna go Orioles. I'm gonna go.
I'm going, give me Phillies over Orioles.
I'm gonna switch it up. Guardians, Dodgers, World Series.
It's not switching up. You already said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking.
So, Stu, you said Guardians, Dodgers. Doug, you said Orioles and Phillies.
Yeah.
And I think last week I said coming out of the AL would be Cleveland. I think I might have said that. Oh man, I would hate to agree with Stu on this one, but if I pick Cleveland to come out of the AL, just because Los Angeles has a bigger market, somehow it would be rigged, and you would need Los Angeles to be in the World Series. So I would go Cleveland and Los Angeles in the World Series.
Oh my God, you're copying me! Why copy me?
Sir, I just said I didn't want to copy you, but I gave the reason why I would pick the Dodgers.
That is true. But like I said, that is it for this quickie podcast right now. We did 1 hour and 2 minutes. Look at that.
That is perfect.
We got it quick. And like I said, gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts for this the NL Central right now?
For the NL Central or just the National League in general?
Just the National League. I'm sorry.
I mean, if I'm picking the Dodgers, then go Dodgers. But yeah, low key, I'd rather have the Philadelphia Phillies win it all. But knowing what happened last year, I think that probably a wild card team might win it all coming out of the NL.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Douglas?
Heck yeah, give me the Diamondbacks again.
No!
Diamondbacks losing to Tigers in 7.
That's not.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to say it. The power of Shohei. The power of Shohei. Shohei is going to take this.
Oh, do you know who's better at hitting than Shohei, Stu?
Yes.
Bryce Harper. Give me a Bryce bomb.
No! Stop telling me the Phillies are good. But anyway, next week, we're going to probably talk about, maybe we'll do a little recap on the Olympics.
Because the opening ceremonies are Friday.
Yeah, so we might do a quick recap on the Olympics. We'll just do a little bit of a teaser. I mean, I'm glad that the men's basketball team did not lose to South Sudan. I'm just saying. But, and then next, we got 2 more.
USA Soccer. So the Olympics have already actually started. But for some reason they don't do the opening ceremonies until Friday. This happens all the time. USA played France today in soccer and lost 3-0. So
Oh no, that's why we're not that great in soccer. Just saying. And then
France is also really, really good at soccer. USA is not too bad, but France is probably like top 3 teams in the world.
and
Who
then
lost? Like, is this men's or women's soccer?
It was men's.
yeah. And I will tell you this: the week after that, we got 2 weeks. Dun 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 dun. Like here until February. Calendars, gentlemen, it is time to clear up your calendars because we got NFL season coming up.
Preseason starts Thursday, August 8th.
Yeah, here we go.
But like I said, we're gonna do a preseason on not the divisions, two divisions each week for each.
What? We're gonna run out of weeks before the season starts.
No, not divisions, but I'm sorry. We're gonna do We're gonna do 8 teams from the AFL and then the NFL, not the AFL, the NFC. Sorry.
Well, I got bad news, gentlemen. We're getting destroyed by Alabama right now.
No.
What's the score? 7-7?
Well, so it kind of goes pretty quick. Jalen Milrose tearing us up, though. We're down 24-7.
Oh, I picked you to win, Doug. Dang it.
Oh, darn.
No. Our team's come back like from 17 a game or 2 before, so I'll let you know if we can do it again.
But anyway, if I'm going to say this correct, we're going to do a preview on 8 NFL teams until we get to the first team. We'll probably talk about the Washington Commanders, or I like to call the Washington Commies, and we're going to end it with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nice.
So we'll do it. We'll do each conference, and we'll see how it goes. But like I said, we're pretty much done because, like I said, I will always tell you, I will catch you later, Mr. Gators. So take care. See ya.